Hi, welcome to Cloud Log. My name is Marco Martinez, and today we have in our second chapter for Twilio Quest, Programmable SMS. So please have fun and just relax and just watch the video along with us. So hi, once again. Now we are covering the second part of our Programmable SMS on Twilio Quest. For this chapter, we will cover the following items, and I actually laid down a list of items of this challenge. So an SMS response, so create a basic hello world response for incoming SMS messages. Secondly is send an SMS message using the REST API. Third one is an SMS response, but with custom, so basically use the body of the post request that Twilio is sending to our server and use that and reply with a custom body. The fourth one is create a to-do list. Fifth one, SMS status response. So now it's how to check the status of our SMS messages. So if to see if our message was delivered, if something happened, if it was rejected, and that sort of thing. Then we have SMS Copilot. This is the messaging service from Twilio. This is from when you actually have to scale things up quite a bit. So when you're sending thousands of messages, hundreds of messages, when you want sticky senders, basically it's a service that you have in Twilio, where you actually have a pool of numbers. And again, the purpose of the service is just to basically consolidate everything in one spot. So instead of managing 7 different numbers, you will only manage a service. You will attach numbers, obviously, but it's a lot easier to manage instead of just managing number by number. So that's the messaging service. Then we have how to send 10 different SMS messages from 6 different numbers using Copilot. So again, on Copilot, you can actually use sticky senders or sticky numbers. So if you have customers and basically you can reach them on the same number that you use for them, or you can grab a number from the pool of numbers that you have. So this is again something that, for example, if you're using OTP or two-factor authentication, and when you normally receive a message with your code, you receive those messages from different numbers. So that's a pool of numbers that the provider has. So that's when you disable a sticky sender. MMS for multimedia messages on countries that support multimedia messages, so messages with a PNG file on the body. And lastly, we have send 10 SMS messages from a toll-free number. So toll-free numbers and shortcode numbers have less restrictions. So you can actually send 100,000 of messages from a toll-free number, and the delivery time and the number of messages that you can send from a toll-free number and shortcode are actually greater than sending from a local number. So that's it. So first things, let's start by just recapping how to use local variables. So this is very important. We want to hide our username and password from Twilio, and for that, on Windows, you have to use here on my README file set the name of the variable. So for example, set name equals Marco. Okay, I just set that environment variable. So let's open a Node console. So console log process that environment that name, and it's working. It's printing Marco. So that's working. That's perfect. So how to set those environment variables on different cloud providers. So first, let's go on Google Cloud. So for that, you have to open your function, click on Edit, scroll down and select Environment Variables, and start adding your environment variables in here. So very easy. On Azure, you have to click on your function, click on configuration to open the application settings. And here you have your variables. And in Lambda, let me open a new function because this one has my real account. So let's see this one, for example, and if I scroll down, and here I will have my environment variable on Amazon Web Services. So that's it. We just covered that. And again, to access your local variables, your environment variables, you have to use process.env dot the name of your variable. So that's perfect. Let's start with the first task, the first challenge. And the first challenge is to respond to an incoming text message with a simple "Hello World?" question mark. So we already covered last time how to do an SMS response. So for example, local SMS response, for example, this one, "Hello World." So here I'm using the Twilio SDK. So let me just fire up this server. Clear. Let me just list node local SDK SMS response. Perfect. And if I do a postman to my local host post request, it's replying with an XML file with a message "Hello World." So we covered that in our last video using local servers, using Amazon Web Services, using Azure Functions, and using Google Cloud, and using Twilio functions. But I forgot how to tell you how to use Twilio Studio. So let me open a new window, new tab. Click on All Services, click on Studio. Let me delete this flow. Create a flow. Twilio Quest. So Twilio Studio, it's basically a graphic UI for creating contact centers or SMS, phone calls, interactions. So here I'm just grabbing from the widget library a response, an SMS response. I'm gonna connect from one of the 3 available trigger options. So from an incoming message, incoming call, or a REST API call, I want to respond with a "Hello World." Hello World. So that's it. So Twilio Studio flows are simple, extremely easy to use. We just have to publish it. On your phone number, when you want to use them, you have to, let me just refresh this screen. When a message comes in, you want to select Studio Flow and select the flow that you want to use. And that's it. We just completed the first one. Obviously, for this, they are asking to use Twiml. So let's go and switch to Twimls. Runtime. But again, the most important part here is that you have to understand that on an incoming message or an incoming call, Twilio is expecting to receive as a response an XML file with Twiml verbs. So this is my Twiml it's doing exactly the same thing as my studio and as my server, local server. So that's for the first part. So we just completed the first Twilio quest. And let's get local, send an outbound text message to that number, and basically we just have to greet the user. Greetings, the current time is blah blah blah. So local for dates, I have here this open. So for printing time or dates and times in JavaScript and Node.js, you have the date method. So you invoke that by basically type in new date, and then using the method toString. So it's printing Sunday, July, blah blah blah. So for that, I created a Lambda function that's doing that. No, actually not doing this. So let me just comment this line. And we have to respond. Let me just get the response. Greetings, the current time is. Greetings, the current time is. Blah blah blah. So let's greetings, the current time is. Greetings, the current time is. So actually, I'm sorry, we have to send this. So we don't have to respond. We have to send this message. I'm sorry, got carry on. So let's go to our send SMS message. Greetings. So new date to string, and that's it. We just have to send that message to one of the numbers that Twilio it's giving us. So to that number. And let me clear it. Send SMS. Yes. Message sent. And let me just print that. So if you want to see it, let me just print this on the console. Oh my god. Console.log. So yeah, it's printing here. So greetings, the current time is Sunday, July 21st, blah blah blah, and a special code. So let's remove everything that we did here to keep it clean. Perfect. So that's how you complete this objective. Here, so create a web application that replies to incoming text message. Reply to those messages with which country the sender phone number is based in, like this. Hi, it looks like your phone number was born in which country. So okay, so for that, first let me just show you something. Let me show you. Let's also work now from Amazon. Actually, I had it already ready. So let me also open this one, the console log. So this is how Amazon will trigger my Lambda function with an event trigger. And the event trigger, it's a JSON object. And in the object, you have obviously the headers. You have the query parameters, request context. But the thing that we care now is about the body, and the body it's URL encoded. So Twilio it's sending on a post request to our servers. So to our server, the values of, or actually the parameters of our call. So if we do a manual parsing of this of the parameters that this call had. So to country, let's just create a new line where we have ampersands, message ID, and to city from message ID, from state California, SMS status received from city San Diego, the body from country to add-ons. Then we have a JSON. Then we have where we have number of messages, one message ID, again account SID from API version. This is basically it. So this is, here we have the parameters that are available on an SMS post request that Twilio is sending to our server. So To complete the task, they are asking us to reply with the from country. So we have to add the from country in our body query from country, and obviously the body was formatted on a URL encoded, So what I'm doing here is I'm using the URL parse to parse that to create an object. So inside body query, I have the list of available keys. So inside body query, I will have all this information in a JSON, or in an object, I'm sorry. So that I also created an API gateway for that function. So to complete your objective, you have to basically just provide a number, and Twilio will send that, will verify that your number is replying with okay, it looks like your phone number was born in US, and that's it. So next objective, let's do a to-do list. This is very interesting. So the objective of this one is to react to 3 different SMS bodies. The first one is add, and the thing that we want to add, list, and list the things that we have, remove, and the number. So remove the item that we have. So for example, let's I already created something for this. Let me just remove the garbage that I have here collected. SMS response, no, local SMS response. So here on this application, local application, for incoming post request, I'm basically just first getting the body from the request body, because the request looks like this. The request has a body, the request body has another body, and in my case, this is, where's the body here, hola. So I'm just grabbing the body from the request body. Then I'm slicing the first 3 characters from my string. I'm also creating an empty response variable that will hold the response. So, and then I'm doing an if condition, if the slice. So if the first 3 characters of my message are at, I will then slice the beginning of that body and create an item. I will push it to my array that I have here, then respond with an item, blah blah blah, add it to the to-do list. So item, for example, milk, add it to to-do list. Then do a list, so respond with the list of items. Then I remove the item. So for this, let's start running this server. What it is, clear. No, not this one. Local SMS response. Let's use Postman for that. Let's use body. Let's add milk. Item milk, add it to to-do list. Let another item. Apples. Item apples, added to to-do list. So basically we're just now mimicking that we're sending a message. So obviously we send an SMS message or application will respond with another message saying that item apples added to to-do list. If we hit list, it will list item 0, it's milk, item 1 is apples. Let's add another one, item add what we can add, computer. That's the only thing I'm thinking about. Let's check our list again. As now we have 3 items. Let's remove item number 1, so apples. Oops, we don't have a response, so let's add a response for that. But let's list all items that we have. 0 apples, 0 apples. For that we're using a splice, and then we have, let's do a response. Item. Remove it from to-do list. Okay, so we just added our message. We're now console log our message response. Let's see what's going on with the slice. So let's restart it, this one. Add test one, test 2. Let's list everything. Remove number 1. Oh my god, it didn't restart it? Did I restart this? Oh my god. I added 1 R. Let's see if the list is working. 0 equals test 1, so our splice is not working. Let's give it a try. Splice. I see. We don't have to do the reassign it. So let's rerun this. Clear. Let's start adding items. Apples. Apples added to the list. Milk. Pie. Or not. Orange. Let's add an orange. Let's list everything that we have in our to-do list. 0 apples, milk, orange. Let's remove milk. Remove 1. Adding 1, remove from to-do list. Let's list everything again. Apples and orange. Perfect. It is working. So obviously, if we send an SMS message, so if we send, for example, at Nintendo to our number, let's send that message sent. Now let's check by sending list. That's my number. Oh my god, I don't have it configured on my event trigger. So let's copy the URL from our ng-rock. Let's configure our 1956 number with a webhook. Save it. Okay, for messaging saved. Let's send a same message again. Message sent. Let's check locally. List. Yes, Nintendo is there, so it is working. So let's complete this challenge. Let's see what they are asking us. Enter your Twilio phone number. So our Twilio phone number is this one. Verify. Self-verification completed. Perfect. Next one. So when building message to email to build a reply message to an incoming message, use the action attribute to subscribe to updates on the reply messages. Show read the update on your receive and ongoing reply message. Okay. Perfect. So here it's basically they're asking us to use the message status. The message status. So for that, if we go to the official documentation from Twilio, here we have how to monitor the status of your message, and it's by when you are sending, when you're posting to the Twilio REST API that you want to send a message, you have to provide a status callback. So let's create a server. Let's use a server. Local SMS response. Let's actually reuse this one, but let's remove the things that we added. Let's console log everything else from here. Perfect. Let's restart this server. Perfect. Restart it. Let's change from so to don't get confused, let's remove this webhook and use our Twilio Studio. And when sending our SMS message, let's provide the status callback. Status callback. Perfect. So let's see if we have everything clear here. Let's clear it. Let's run it. Let's send our message again. Okay, response not defined. Perfect. So we basically sent this message, the message that ends with 9579. So that's the message ID. And we have an error. We have a variable that was not defined. That's not important. But to complete the challenge, we have to provide a message ID. So this is the message ID, a unique identifier for my message, and it's asking me also for on the headers of the request to provide the Twilio signature. This is the Twilio signature. I'm gonna just copy that. So Twilio signature, it's a way that Twilio, it's basically securing itself. So to let you know that, okay, this request comes from Twilio and not from another server. So it's not from another third-party vendor or another provider that is trying to hit your server. So that's one way that you can actually secure your server. It's by just verifying that signature. Okay, so we completed that. Next objective. Copilot. So create a messaging service with at least 2 phone numbers, enabling area code geomatching, send a message to a phone number, blah blah blah. Okay, so for that, let's go here under programmable SMS. Let's click on SMS. So this section. Let me create a new one. Twilio Quest. Mix it so we can use it two-way, notifications, marketing. So I'm gonna just Twilio Quest. So this is my messaging ID. I can have a status callback. So in order to move forward, you have to provide a list of numbers. Actually, let me go back. I don't want to use the one I created. Let me delete this one. I just show you how to create a new messaging service. Let me just go configure. Let me delete this messaging service and use the one that I already had for Twilio Quest. So when you click here on numbers, this is your pool of numbers. So the numbers that you want to use for sending messages. So I'm gonna grab this one, number 6, this one, not cloud log, this one, and 1. So I'm adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. So those numbers now are part of my pool of numbers to send marketing campaigns for SMS messages. I can have a alpha sender ID. So cloud log valid saved. Okay, saved status callback for my messages. If I want to process inbound messages, so if I want to react to my clients or customers' response, in my case, I don't want to react. The most important part here is my service ID, and so I'm gonna just copy that number. I'm gonna go back to my. I'm gonna just put it here. And here, if you send a message service, messaging service, oh my god, messaging service, it's, I just lost, messaging service. It's actually very simple. So instead of providing a from number, you will actually add your messaging service SID. So again, so we are removing from and changing that to our messaging service SID. So let's send our number, send our message sent. So as simple as that. So that's how we completed. Or let me just also fix my server that's handling status responses. So message response. Okay, fixed. Okay, let's move to the next challenge. Add 6 phone numbers. Okay, we already added, and send 10 text messages to you and another number. Make sure Copilot Scaler is enabled and Copilot Sticky Sender is disabled. So a scalar it's enabled and sticky sender is disabled. So sticky sender is disabled and scalar is enabled. Perfect. So to let's use my local SDK send messages. Local. Let's use Axios. Okay. Plus 52. Now let's send messages to our number, to our Cloud Love number. Okay. What we have to do, let me just go back to the instructions. Victory conditions, blah, blah, blah. Your Copilot script is enabled and secret sender is still write the script that sends 10 text messages to you and then more text messages to another phone number. Run the script and watch all your messages come floating. Click the verify button, blah, blah. You send 20 messages from 6 numbers to 2 different destinations numbers. Okay. So let's send 10 different messages. So let's create a for loop. Let e equals 0. It's less than 10. Oh my god, I have it. I plus plus. Okay, but this is probably a very lazy way of sending messages, but let's also send to my Mexican number, plus 52 142. Welcome to Cloud Lab. Let's add the number of our variable so we make sure that we have something to distinguish them. Oh my god. Okay, so now we're using Axios for making our post request to Twilio REST API. Okay, clear node local underscore Axios SMS service. Okay, we're sending a ton of messages and done. We just sent 20 messages, and I'm actually receiving on my phone number from different numbers. The message 1, 3, 0, 4, 2, 5 actually were delivered in different self-verification verify. Okay, that was easy. We just sent 20 messages. Next objective. Oh my god, I think I clicked it too fast. Okay, completed, create scalar. Okay. Now let's here is that we have to reply with the GIF with an image. So victory condition, enter Twilio phone number, send a text message to your Twilio phone number and to test your response, blah blah blah, GIF link and clip. So we have to respond to a message with a image. So let's see if we can, let's see if this image works. Yeah, it's working. Okay, so let's use that. Let's let's use Azure that we haven't actually touched now. So let's go basics or Google Cloud, actually. Google Cloud SMS response. Let's go to Google Cloud, edit function here, and for our actually got lost. No, not this one. No, this one, not this one. It has to be called media. So after message, body, message, and inside message we have to have a body. So message. Inside message we have to have a body. So inside this one, the body, hi, blah blah blah, and we have to have an media. So as you can see, I'm not using Twilio SDK for this example, but we can actually repeat the same process and use the official SDK media. For media we have to use, let's use this PNG file. Let's do a small recap. So response, message, body, media. Okay, let's deploy it. Okay, it's loading. We're just waiting for our cloud function from Google Cloud to be deployed. Loading. This usually takes like around 30 seconds. Okay, let's also go to our number that we will configure and use. Instead of Tool Studio, we'll use a webhook. And okay, deployed. Let's go to trigger, open the URL in a different window, and as you can see, it's working as expected. So I'm gonna just copy that URL, put it on my web as a webhook, save it. Saved. Let me just grab the number and let's complete our Twilio Quest challenge. Oh my god, it has to be a Twiml bin. Oh, I see. So let's not this one. Let's actually just copy this thing. Let's copy this thing, close it. Let's go to all services, runtime, Twiml bins, Twilio Quest. So they're actually forcing us to use a Twiml bin. So that's not fair, but anyways. Let's refresh our number, switch to a Twiml bin, save it. Actually, let me send a message. I'm actually curious on how it looks like on my cell phone. So Twilio love. Hi. Let's use the self-verification once again. Verify. Completed. Perfect. Next objective. As you can see, they're forcing us to use Twiml bins, but I just show you how to do it on Google Cloud. Then create a new script which sends 10 text messages in a row to your mobile phone. The first message will say this is message 1, blah blah, and so on. This is message 1, and so on. Using a regular phone number and create a new script to send in a row to your mobile phone. The first message will say this number, the second message will say this is message. First using a regular phone number and then using a toll-free number. Okay. So they're asking us to send or so to basically repeat the same process that we just created for the Copilot, but instead of using a service, we have to let's use a string decorator. Again, for this demo, I'm not using the SDK. This is message I plus 1. Oh my god. That's not I plus 1. So 0 plus 1, 1. So I have to change the message service to from. So I'm gonna use this number. Okay, let's give it a shot. Let's send that to my cell phone number. Actually, my cell phone number. Send this. And actually, let's send that. I don't want to drag this video too long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, I did receive all those messages in sequence, and they are asking me to buy or procure a toll-free number. So let's procure it. Buy a toll-free number from the toll-free number. So let's buy a toll-free number. Local numbers, no, I want a toll-free number, capabilities, voice, and SMS, search, 0. Oh my god, now I'm not able to find anything. 001. Let's buy clear social advanced results. Let's see. Okay, now it's I just forgot how to plus 100. Oh my god, I have to search US toll-free numbers. Plus 1-800. So I did that, but I'm not able to find anything. Oh my god. Toll-free number. Toll-free number. They're usually more expensive. Let's start from location. Location New York. Local. Oh my god, I'm not able to find a toll-free number. This is crazy. Okay, I'm gonna have to leave that aside, or let's use the REST API. Let's use the REST API. So Twilio and REST API for REST API to buy a number. Yes. Some available numbers in Twilio. Postman, get numbers, incoming phone numbers, get numbers. Let's see if we have the list of numbers. Toll free. That JSON. Perfect, we have our toll-free number. Let's procure it. Get number, incoming numbers, body, send. Okay, we just procured one toll-free number. Let's give it let's see it and see if we bought what we want. Yeah, toll-free number, huh? And a friendly name. Toll-free. Let's send our 10 messages from our number. And send in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, sent. And let's complete our quest. Toll-free number. And completed, guys. We just sent 10 messages from a toll-free number in Twilio. Back to missions. Yes, we just completed everything. So again, I hope you like this video. Everything is now laid down in and it's actually easier to find. So let me just save everything. Let me close this, close this, close this, close this, close this. So under the basics folder, you will find all the resources that you will need to start with one of those cloud providers: Amazon, Azure, Google Cloud, local server, Twilio Functions, Twilio Studio. So tell me, how was it? Did you like the video? If so, please subscribe to this channel and like this video. Please remember that we have more videos coming for our series about Twilio Quest. We have a lot more videos coming on. So please stay tuned and just comment if you want to see more about this content. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.